Cerubellum, and this is going to be a replay review of a Captain's Mode game here. We are going to be looking at Venatus75. He's going to end up playing a Timbersaw, but for now I really like drafts, so let's talk about this draft just a little bit. But let's speed it up a little bit, because it is going to end up taking quite a long time. I'm not sure how much I can end up talking, how much I have to say about it when it all comes to it. So Death Prop is going to be first ban for the Dire, which is the one we are interested in, mainly. I like that ban, and I also like the Nature's Prophet ban. These are quite popular heroes, and quite good heroes, can be pretty difficult to counter. Bristleback, also quite on the times. Slark, recent addition to Captain's Mode, second most recent I believe. He was taken out when his soldiers was changed, and then Ember Spirit was the most recent. So I like those bans as well, they're very popular. Crystal Maiden first pick, very good, doesn't tell you a lot about the strategy, so can't really be counter-picked. And also really good support, one of my favorites. So a very good pick here. Very common, you'll see when pro gamers draft, they'll draft the supports first, just to keep their strategies hidden, or draft very versatile heroes like Nyx or Shadow Shaman here, who Shadow Shaman can be played either as a mid or as a support, most often as a support though. But yeah, he's a pretty good mid. You'll see Dendy running him mid sometimes, Sing Sing as well.
10 seconds remaining. 5
so yeah,
seconds
pretty decent draft so far. Disruptor here. Disruptor is more of a combo guy. I would be looking out for maybe a Naga pickup from the Radiant side though. Alchemist used to be a completely top tier hero, of course, in pops. You don't really have top tier and not top tier. At least not at this level. This is about a 2400 MMR game. But yeah, Alchemist, like going a month back, he would be picked all the time in pro games, because he can play nearly every role. You can play him as a mid, you can play him as a support, you can play him as a hard carry. Pretty much the only thing he can't do is solo offlane, which makes him very versatile, and again it hides what you're trying to do, so it's a very good pick. Bloodseek and Sniper and Popstorm heroes can be annoying to play against. Invoker and PL, pretty much the same thing. Lifestealer pick and Ancient Apparition pick. So yeah, Ancient Apparition, I'm just gonna slow down a little bit, because these I actually have a bit to talk about. Ancient Apparition, very good ulti. It's global, you can shoot it anywhere on the map, and it does a lot of damage. Prevents healing, very unique. And he also has a very good early game presence with this chilling touch, very good in tri-lanes especially. So if they put him in a tri-lane, and they're gonna end up doing that, I really like that. Here's the Timbersaw. Venatus is gonna end up playing. That's a really good pick against the Lifestealer, I think, because Lifestealer's main defensive ability is this Rage ability, which makes him immune to magic. Except Timbersaw's damage is nearly all pure damage. Now it says magical damage here, but if it takes down a tree with it, then it becomes pure damage, which means that it'll go through Rage, which means that Rage will end up doing nothing when he lanes against Timbersaw. So that's purely a teamfight ability for Lifestealer, which should work to their advantage. Now let's see. I like this ban from them. Like, they definitely have the supports here, so banning out a core like Viper here is pretty good.
5 seconds remaining.
And yeah, so just remain, when you're banning out, just try to look at what roles your opponents have taken and what they could possibly go from there. So banning on a Mordred, a Phantom Assassin here, and they're gonna take Morphling. Very very uncommonly played, but a very good hero as well. He has a pseudo kind of like Spectre's ultimate, except he does it with one replica, and he has to be nearby, but then he can switch to that even. So he's just gonna wait out for the last pick, probably gonna be a core, so it's gonna be a Razor. And I would say we're probably looking at either Shadow Shaman or Disruptor mid for the Radiant side, and a Razor mid probably for the other side. Of course I have seen the game, so I know Timbersaw's not going to be midding, but that would be strange with a Razor on the team as well. Timbersaw can mid, but he's most often played as an offlaner because of how hard he is to kill. So this is a pretty standard build here. I'm not a unconditional fan of the Honorable Branches. I think, you know, you could justify a Clarity here, but the Stout Shield just gels so well with his reactive armor. Reactive armor is just an ability that basically, the more hits you take, the more armor and regen you end up racking up. Okay, this is really annoying. So we're just gonna skip past this. Gonna set it to free camera. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so you get the stout shield because when your reactive armor's up, it negates so much of the damage together with the high amount of armor you get and the regen that you become really hard to kill off, and you have a decent amount of HP too. There's a pretty good strength gain at 2.1, and you know, pretty good int gain as well. Really good int gain for a strength hero. But he is a caster, definitely. But he is a strength hero as well, which is sort of odd. He's an odd hero all around. The regen, pretty good. He's gonna get a ward here, and what I was hoping he was gonna do with this is place it right down here. I'm gonna switch it to free view again, just real fast. Was hoping is that he'd place it somewhere around here. Yeah, around this camp. Apparently I can blink or ping. I didn't know I could do that, but okay. So I was hoping he would block this camp basically. If you put the observer ward close enough to this,
the battle
I'm not
begins.
completely sure of the mechanics, but if you put it close enough to this, it'll block it so it won't spawn. He's gonna place it down here. So I was hoping he would place it down here, block this off, so not allowing them to do a pull and thereby denying him farm. Yeah, he's not gonna do that. I think that's the only thing early on here I would call an outright mistake from his part. It's arguable, but I mean, either you want this over here or you want it blocking. That's basically my point of view from the point of view of the offlaner. Like this is better if you are radiant because then it gives you a bit more intel. So the biggest thing I noticed in my brief preview here of the game is that here in the early game we're gonna see Timbersaw do a not very great job of last hitting. I think his spec build is decent. I talked about starting items, but in the beginning here we're not gonna see him get a whole lot of last hits from the first two waves here. And I think that's honestly a bit of a shame because Lifestealer is a really hard carry. He's really not very good for much in the beginning. Like certainly when you hit level 2 and you get to skill up your Timber Chain and you can use that as an escape ability, you can kinda use that to and then be a little bit more cheeky. Certainly when there's only 2 here. Yeah, I know Shadow Shaman has a lot of disables, but not that many. See here, we see that's one missed last hit. He's gonna focus on this one. He's gonna get that one. He's gonna miss this one. This one's gonna get taken. That's a very hard one to get, this Timbersaw. And he's gonna whiff this one. So out of that wave, that was one head last hit. So obviously that's not super good, and that was behind his tower, so he really should have been better. Here he can definitely go forward. There's no way they can fight him at the tower. So yeah, just, you know, gaining levels, gaining farm, especially very slowly. There, he gets one just by using his ability. Which, you know, yeah, you should definitely use your ability like that. I'm a little bit not super sure of this Whirling Death spec, level 2. But it's not horrible. Like, it could be worse. Oh, well, no, actually, because it would be in Timber Chain then. But yeah, I'm not sure the Timber Chain isn't just flat better for the first level, because they do comparable damage. Timber Chain will always be pure damage. It's harder to use it, but I mean you can use it as escape ability as well. But I don't really think you need it. Like the 2 points in reactive armor is really good, so I think you can just be a little braver in this scenario. Like recognize that Lifestealer really can't do much to you right here. Obviously it's better to be a bit more cautious as offlaner, but you do need that farm. Harassing a little bit here is nice. They're gonna use some disables. But I mean, yeah, it took them this long to just get you below half, and you've got 8 armor now. Got 9 regen. And here I really don't know why he doesn't pop the healing cell. Like, to my mind that should definitely have been done here, because you could definitely use it. It will allow you to just go back in. If they are kinda lagging, then you can just go in. Maybe it's okay because they are quite close to the tower, so maybe they would push in before it would run out. Though they only have 10-second duration. I think you've got most of it in. Another thing I would like to see you do is you can do a trick where you just right-click the enemy heroes, Not in order to harass them, but in order to grab the aggro from the creeps, and then have the creeps just bring up your reactive armor stacks. Because with those up, it's going to be a lot harder for these heroes to damage you. Like, okay, Shadow Shaman does have a damage ability, but it's a very mediocre one. Like, it's more of an area of effect damage. And, you know, Lifestealer flat just has his right clicks. So would definitely love to see you grab that aggro and just stack up your armor. Just in case you get gone on, then, you know, having that regen up, having that armor up is just so huge. Missing another last hit here. Notice again, he's only at 4 last hits at this point, which is not good. Not really that great. Like, there's been how many waves? I think that's pretty much a last hit per wave. So that's, you know, not ideal. Not ideal at all. Very slow item progression here from the Timbersaw, and from a lane that could have been way worse. Like, they haven't pulled. There's only 2 of them. I don't think they can really threaten you. So you should definitely try to squeeze your advantage a little bit and try to be a little greedier and a little more focused on getting last hits. Yeah, and here we're gonna see, yeah. So that did a lot of damage. So in that way it's reasonable, but just so close to your level 6. And when level 6 comes Chakram. Yeah, there we go. He's actually got it just now. And with that Chakram, I think you could have actually killed the Lifestealer. Because again, his rage, he might think that his rage protects him from it, but rage only protects you from magical damage, not pure damage. If BKBs could make you immune to Timbersaw's damage, he would be crap. So they don't. I think there's some minor abilities to Timbersaw stuff that might be negated from the BKBs, like the slow on the Chakram and the ability drain stat loss there. That's 15% of your main stat. So I believe Lifestealer is a strength hero, yes. So you would lose 15% of his strength as well when you hit him with it, which is why the damage looks so massive. Because he would lose... what's that? 15% is roughly a sixth, right? Yeah, roughly a sixth. Yeah, so it would be around 5-6 strength he loses for a limited time there, once he gets hit by Whirling Death, which would, you know, reduce his health as well, because it's stat loss. So here he's gonna go on him, he's gonna use his ulti. Yeah, there we go. Still does damage, like it does go through. Come on. Can definitely grab them here with the Chakram. Oh, so close. Yeah, he's gonna get it. Good. So there we see the whole not being too afraid of the wave it almost has for his mana boots. Timbersaw's extremely mana greedy. It definitely should get. Yeah, I like that. I like setting the Honorable Revenge here a lot, because it's so important getting that mana up. Yeah. So this is a really good start for Timbersaw. Getting a kill versus 2 is really great, even though the lane kind of favored him here. And now we see, like, when you see a support at half health here, you have Chakram up. That's just food. Yeah. See how much damage that does? He's almost dead already. Definitely shouldn't die of this. Oh my god, that's so much damage. So much damage. So yeah, this is just a really good showcase of Timbersaw's strength here, because you need some. You need to contest him heavily here. Like Timbersaw, if he's solo lane against anyone, can almost always do a good job. Like against most, especially if it's a hard carry like Lifestealer. And with Shadow Shaman here, he's not too much other help. Like, if you want a good support against Timbersaw, what you really should look for is something like an Abaddon or a Dazzle. Something that can, you know, just like Shadow Grave against Timbersaw is really good because all his damage is burst. So if he almost kills you, he can just... yeah, I think this is a little heavily dived here. Don't think he's going to be able to get a kill here. Oh. So he's just diving completely here. Definitely will die here, I think. Yeah, Klinks will just come in and finish it off. Though he has the 4... I don't agree with the skill build here, actually. Normally I think it's way better to stick to 2 levels in reactive armor and just get your nukes up. Because when you get your nukes up, you're just going to be dealing so much damage, so unbelievably much damage. So I think definitely keeping the area active armor down to level 2 and getting 2 more levels in Whirling Death, for instance, would have been so much better. Like that's a lot of extra damage because it's pure damage. Like 100 extra damage doesn't sound like much, but it's not negated by anything. So it's actually about, if they have the standard, is it 25% magic resist? Yeah, then it's actually 125 extra damage. So it becomes 250 nuke instead of 200, which is actually a pretty big difference when you consider that it doesn't have very long cooldown, 8-second cooldown and all that. So Lifestealer's definitely killable right now. Oh, if he'd hit that Lifestealer would be dead arena right now.
I bind you.
Why is that Lifestealer has no idea how close he is to dying, I guess. Yeah, that was just... He just definitely shouldn't have hung out there. Like, Timbersaw is just so good at burst damage that it's... Yeah, these guys have a hard time adjusting for it. Another good thing to have against Timbersaw is it's a bit of life drain. Yeah, this is turning into a bit of an unfortunate game to spec for now, because he's just kind of dominating the lane. Now he can just start working on his Perseverance for his Bloodstone. Almost always what you want to go for. Not watching the Timbersaw there. Obvious mistake, should have had eyes on him. Also, when you're this low on mana, I wouldn't recommend going. Like, you are way ahead now, so you can kind of afford it. And your ridiculous armor stacks from reactive armor is just making you completely impervious to the Lifestealer. That might be why he went for reactive armor fully. And you are getting most of the damage from Whirling Death from level 1, so maybe it's okay. It's not shit. Yeah. But now I'd say he's borderline cocky here, because he has no mana. Like, this guy can do nothing without mana. Nothing. So I really don't want to see him overcommit too much here. Like, he has a ton of regen from that reactive armor, but yeah, he's just firing off his abilities as fast as he can, and that's honestly not the right thing to do. It would almost be better for him to just... Like, either you grab the farm, you still only have 18 last hits. It's those 3 kills that's he's basically living on right now. So if he would have been unable to get some successful offense, if his enemies had reacted more properly, he would be in a pretty bad spot right now, because he would not have anything. Like, he would have 18 last hits worth of farm, maybe less. So that's really bad, obviously.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's gonna see a new hero down here, and he's still gonna go aggro on him with no mana. So he's probably not gonna end up being punished for this, but he can't do much about it either. Oh, there we go. There's a silence. He's gonna end up killing him. Oh, these wards are bad. Should definitely lock down Timbersaw. Oh, Klings is gonna come in. And okay, it took 4 heroes there. And some good foresight from the Klings there, very well played from him to bring him down. But still, big mistake from the Timbersaw. Like, don't be that cocky, especially when you don't have any mana. Like, when you have mana, you can do all the dives, especially when you're that ahead. But that was just you throwing away there because you had no mana to cast your spells. So that's the first real big mistake of the game. Just kind of hanging out and being blatant about it. With no mana. Like, okay. It's almost like it's still not a huge win for them, because they rotated almost everything down here to kill you, but yeah, it could have turned out better for you. This TP I really like, because now you're full on mana. You can just completely there's the blink. Caught me off guard there for a second. Yeah, but there's the blink from the Disruptor. Very nice reaction from him, just gonna send you completely back. So in that case, not the right thing to do, blinking right on top. Of course, you do have the Timber Chain, it is level 4, so it's very long range, very good at traveling. You do have the mana pool with the mana boots and the things here, and the Crystal Maiden Aura, which is only level 2. Crystal Maiden, very good pairing with Timbersaw because of that aura. And also she has a lockdown, so that's very nice. Timbersaw's just gonna go ham here. That's something you get the urge to do sometimes with Timbersaw. And he's gonna pay a little bit for it here. If he'd sent that Chakram further, like it has a pretty good range. You can see he can just send it max range. Like don't aim to have it end inside your opponents. Aim for having it just pass through them and pass back through them when you want to do damage. Only like try to land it on them when you try to keep them from running away. Just using it as a slow, but using it as a damage definitely just send it through them and back again. Because it'll do 2 times pass damage, which is a huge amount of pure damage. There's a clicks. And I really don't like this. This is just Timbersaw paying for.
Oh, not the trees, no!
Yeah, really bad. And Crystal Maid is probably gonna die as well. Just he's diving too much right now. Way too much. He should really be trying to use his abilities a bit and trying to farm head over heels just as much as he possibly can. Towards the Bloodstone. That's just his #1 concern with this here. Bit of a whiffed ult there. Yeah. Of course, with the AA on the other lane, you could say that if he had been better about backing up, there could have been a few more kills there. Though it's pretty hard as AA to do that.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah. They're gonna have some success now. The other team is actually even now. So Timbersaw definitely diving too much. Diving way too much. Just no reason to dive that much. Like especially if you're constantly diving that much, you get very easy to anticipate, and it's just gonna mean you're gonna get wiped out. Shadow Shaman's Snake Ward's also kind of bad against Timber because they do so many hits, so he's gonna get full stacks of reactive armor real fast. So yeah, that's not good for the enemy. Yeah.
Double damage!
Yeah, so what I think if he had been better about farming, he could have snowballed even harder and actually gotten up to that Perseverance spot now, maybe even the Bloodstone. He'll definitely had the Perseverance. Good engagement here, good usage of abilities. Morph diving way too much there. And he's got no mana here. Should use his boots. Yeah, still. Like 150 mana, you're not gonna kill anyone with that at all. So, you know, maybe not the brightest. There we go, there's the Perseverance. Still, it's definitely like he's playing him as a straight up ganker. Like, if you were a... I don't really agree with this. Very divey again. Could have maybe gotten off an ability there. Would have ensured the death of the Disruptor. Let's just see if he dies. He ain't. Yeah, another ability would definitely kill the Disruptor there because of the way the Ancient Apparition ult works. There's another engagement down here again. Enemy is overcommitting this time. Gonna die for it. Ancient Apparition probably also gonna die. Yep. But completely worth it for the Dire there, of course.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, Timbersaw again diving too much. Not quite as far along with his Bloodstone as would like. But let's just... This is obviously nothing really happening, so just gonna fast forward a bit. There we go, another engagement. So silence, obviously big deal to Timbersaw. Obviously not something you want to have happen.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. Okay, now we have a bit of a lull. That's actually something I'd like to check out here. So let's see. Timbersaw, dead mid, and he's 7-3. That's because he's been farming so poorly, and because his deaths have been pretty late. So he'll have lost some more gold and giving up some more gold because of that. But this should be way higher. Like with 7-3 as Timbersaw, especially before this, it should be way higher. It should be going way better for him. But he just hasn't been doing as well on the farm front as you would think. And that's why we I just wanted to verify that bit. Good usage of the ult there, just gonna get him a free kill. He's got really good range on that thing. It's honestly a stupid good ability.
Illusion.
So yeah, they're gonna be pressuring the tower a little bit.
Radiant's
Not a whole lot
bottom tower
Timbersaw
has
can
fallen.
contribute with in that regard. He's really good at clearing creeps. Obviously, all that damage is gonna really clear some creeps in a hurry. Would love to see him use his abilities a bit more to get creeped bastards like that. That was good.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle
so
tower has fallen.
He can pretty much finish his Bloodstone now. He can disassemble the Arcane boots and then just buy the Vitality booster and the point booster. And then just run around with brown boots. But it's not that important. It's pretty important, but you know, he doesn't have a good opportunity for it right now. These guys are fighting here, so... Oh, it looks like they're back. Which is definitely the right call here, like they could be up against fire there. And looks like they are, so definitely shoot back here, like being a wee bit cocky. Just gonna tinker the lifesteal with it here. Just kind of an ICU move there, not a huge fan of that. And now they're just gonna get going on. And looks like Razor will be the sacrificial lamb. Definitely not back into this. Okay. He actually managed to get a kill here because they're just trundling through. Yeah. So he managed to repel pretty much the entire enemy force there, and that's because they just wandered directly into his abilities. You have to kind of spread out as Timbersaw.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Against Timbersaw. And that's honestly what you want to do against one or two of these heroes on the Dire team, like Crystal Maiden also. Oh, well, not really Crystal Maiden, but certainly Ancient Apparition also kind of forces you to go that way. There we go, the disassemble, like I was looking for. And he managed to keep himself alive. How's his net worth doing? Totally risen a bit. Yeah, he's doing good now, but he could be way better if he just farmed a little bit more. He is getting better. He's getting, with the Bloodstone, he's getting to the point where he's got so much mana. That's a kill. Very nicely done. Just a simple Timber Chain, and then once you are over your enemies, just use the Whirling Death, and it'll just, yeah, do a lot of damage. Yeah, Timber Chain has a habit of being really hard to hit with. Like, personally, I find it's best to just literally click trees with it. If you, well, you can't. It doesn't hit the tree. Like, it isn't targeted on trees. So it is sort of a skill shot. So in other words, you can miss it. Oh, looks like they're gonna be in a bad spot here. Yeah, this could work out really badly for them. But it looks like the massive AoE from Timbersaw is gonna be able to do a big difference here. But that's more or less of an even trade there. And now Timbersaw is gonna come into effect. It's gonna. Oh, no, it looks like Morph's gonna be able to take it.
No,
Yeah.
this is not happening.
So that was a bit odd. Like, if the enemies hadn't clumped up as much there, like they needed vision, so there wasn't really much to do. But if they hadn't clumped up as much there, they would have been much better off, I think.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Still, like, the thing is, if Timbersaw is doing this much fighting, and fighting, like solely fighting, it needs to be because they are taking objectives, or because the... What? It was a really weird
anti-alien,
Ancient Apparition. I really don't know what I was trying to say there. But yeah, really weird ult there from Ancient Apparition. But Timbersaw's pretty much fighting constantly at this point. He's not taking any farm at all, or any time at all to just farm. And that really should be because the Alchemist is trying to get up to a really solid position. Because he's the hardest carry they have. He's gonna walk right past them. Okay, he just missed there, I guess. Because those should be... okay, he can just use his chakram to get out here. Just use your chakram. Just, you know, take down the trees, your Timbersaw. I mean, really, you can just... any ability. There we go. Okay, good. Not really, but, you know. Okay, it's gonna go on Disruptor here. Disruptor's just gonna pretend like he's not in a lot of danger. And then they're gonna kill Timbersaw straight up. Yeah, so silence good against Timbersaw, very good. Oh, good good ancient apparition ult. Probably gonna take out the Shadow Shaman. Yep, there it goes. It does taking damage, the ancient apparition ult, and of course when you hit a threshold of HP, like around, I think it's 10 to 12%. Actually, we can just check. Well, that's a bit of a low. 11% right at the moment. Yeah, so once you hit 11% of your life and you have the Ice Blast on you, then it'll just kill you straight up. You'll just shatter. So yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Timbersaw's up again. Gonna be looking forward to seeing what he's getting. Pretty much the default is the next item would by default I think be a Shiva's Guard, and I think this game it would be a pretty good choice. There's a good amount of yeah, right-clicking damage going down, and that's a dead Disruptor right there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
King's gonna get a free Alchemist kill. Timbersaw's actually decent against Invis heroes just because all the stuff he has is AoE, so he can just kinda spam his abilities. I have before just gotten random kills on Invis heroes because I was just trying to move around with Timber Chain and just got the kill.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So yeah, things obviously going pretty well despite being at a kill deficit for our guys here. And Timbersaw's a big part of it, surely. He's moving decently in battle and he's doing a pretty good job. He's again committing with very little mana here, which I'm not a huge fan of. See, now I don't know what the point was of that engagement. You got off all your spells as well as you could hope, but you still didn't have enough mana to just bring in the kill, so... You didn't lose anyone, but you didn't gain much either.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, you had a lot of mana regen,
Dire's
but just hanging out like this with, you know, 300 mana. It's you know, it's one round of all this and all your mana is just sort of gone. So you're just sort of wasting time. Like this could be, you could be in the jungle killing off the creeps. You could go back, buy yourself the plate mail for the Shiva's Guard, or pretty much like you have enough for a component of whatever. So yeah, just, you know, walking around here is really accomplishing about as little as you possibly can, aside from just dying, of course. And now you're gonna find an Invis room and just gonna take that, even though there's a 2 versus X fight in mid here. And now you should definitely turn around. Definitely cannot go in on this right now.
Dire's top tower
Cannot.
is under attack.
Okay, he's just gonna watch them. He's gonna check him out. He's reporting back. He's got his walkie-talkie out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Like if one of them decides to prop down a sentry, this is all over for Timbersaw. This is really weird. I don't really know what his thought process is here. Oh, Ancient Apparition, kinda getting too gutsy. That's a decent ult. I mean, decent shotgun there. Like, if he had gone in there, he could have maybe done... Ooh, that's a lot of damage. If he had...
Radiant's top tower
He's doing a lot of damage, I'll give him that, but... You know, not quite getting there, like... Just bringing all of them low is... I mean, it's forcing them back, so it isn't doing nothing.
Radiant's top
But,
tower
you know,
is under attack.
You waited that long with the Invis room. And yeah, you did kind of defend the tier 2, I guess. But yeah, could have just waited a little bit for your teammates there, I feel like. Pretty close game, honestly. Timbersaw is obviously one of the guys doing well on his team. He's gonna get boots to travel. This is not a horrible decision. I think it would be better though, save it for some time when it's, you know, a split pushing game. Then definitely get it. But this isn't really a split pushing game. I mean, okay, they have a Klinks. He's a good split pusher. I think Morphing's a decent split pusher, but I wouldn't really call this a split pushing game. Like, there's a lot of team fighting going on, a lot of 5-manning going on. So I would definitely go for something with more of a fight impact at this point. It might seem odd to just leave your boots as brown boots, but when you have as strong a mobility ability as this Timber Chain here, it's not bad. Like, you can just keep him at that, it's fine. Yeah, he definitely grabs a farm. Yep, pretty much taking the entire wave. And that was about a 10% of his entire farm in terms of creeps. You just saw him take there, so it's still pretty crappy. Like 30 minutes, 53 is very mediocre, very, you know, you wouldn't know that he's a hero with very strong farming capabilities here. I think he's gonna get another free kill. Yeah, honestly wouldn't have been bad for him to just get a gem. Like, Timbersaw's very tanky, very hard to kill. Like, we saw him just take on 4 there, bring him all down low, and then get out. So, you know, if he's careful, he can stay alive in engagements, and that means the Klinks is basically neutered by a lot. Like, he can't just walk around with impunity like he is now. Like, just kind of waltzing down there. So here, yeah, they should definitely pull back, fight at the tower. Again, there's an invis. He could have, if he wanted to be tricky, just hide down here in the forest area down here, but he didn't. That's fine. Like, he can engage pretty much as he wants to. Simple combo there to grab some farm. Pretty good, pretty good.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Vanguard on
Dire's
disrupt, so
bottom
that's
tower
weird.
is under attack.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just about that farm at this point. There's plenty of time for it. He could have just walked into the jungle. He can kill jungle creeps really, really fast, because he kills everything really fast. If he can kill anything, it will die fast, pretty much. Yeah. So for now, I think it's mostly, you know, a little bit too YOLO-y, a little too divey, and would love to see a Shiva's Guard over the Boots of Travel, or pretty much anything. Like a Sheep Step would also be fine, just to, you know, sheep up the Klinks, and he can't obviously do any damage. So oh, nicely caught the Klinks in this there. And I was also talking about with Invis heroes. Very good instincts, very good to, you know, not just give up once they got Invis.
Dire's top tower
Managed to turn a pretty even fight there.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Dive Stealers trying to push the top tower. They're gonna react nicely. So yeah, some split pushing is going on. So that's it turns out the Boots of Travel might work out, though. Of course, it's you know, he could have done the same thing with a scroll, pretty much. So, and it is a lot of money to dedicate to an item this early on. Though, of course, it's not the worst. Alchemy is getting some good farm here as well. He's got twice the last hits of our Timbersaw here. So things are, despite not having the kill lead, things are still looking fine for the Dire. Just because the right heroes are getting the farm, right heroes are getting the stuff. There comes the Timber Chain, the Chakram, nukes going down.
Radiant's top
Nicely
tower
done.
is under attack.
Lifestealer not having a very good game.
Radiant's top tower
Good
has
combo
fallen.
and dead.
Jump, 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 jump.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. you can be really generous with
Radiant's
your
middle
abilities as
tower is under
Timbersaw
attack.
just because they have so low cooldown. There's no like 2-minute cooldown ulti. So yeah, looks like he's gonna be going for a Radiance. I don't like this. He's not a right-clicking hero. Like his
Double
right clicks are
damage.
puny. Yeah, and he just really
Radiant's
doesn't do well
bottom
with
tower
it. So
is under
this
attack.
ancient relic is gonna give him very, very little. Sacred relic, not ancient. Like I'm just ancient everything
Radiant's
right now.
bottom tower has
Christian
fallen.
Maiden gonna be in a tough spot, probably gonna die.
No.
Yeah, panic ulti. So that's really bad. Gonna whiff the chakram. And that's your cue to probably just leaving, yeah. So yeah, if you're gonna look for damage rating on Timbersaw, I can see what you're trying to do. Just staying in proximity with people is really easy. And just going for the Radiance with its magical damage around it. But honestly, it's just the Shiva giving you that much more of a mana pool. It's giving you an extra AoE ability. It's really good when you can move really fast, like with Timber Chain, because you just kind of paint through them with like a big old ball of frost. So it's kind of like a fourth ability. That's kind of a mediocre nuke, but still, you get a fourth nuke, which is obviously really good. And you also get a lot of the armor, like the is it 10 armor, Shiva's Guard, something like that. So that would also be quite good.
Dire's
Like
top
it's
tower
even more
is under
survivability,
attack.
which is always something you can use. Yeah. So
Dire's top tower
Clinks
has
is
been denied.
becoming increasingly a problem. So I think definitely a gem would also be good with that. So of course you are gonna get caught out now, but this was just a bad movement. Like moving around with just you and Ancient Apparition is not something you can do. And part of the reason why you can't do this is, particularly with the ult on Disruptor, it silences. Yeah, and yeah, that's a very good spell against Timbersaw, of course, because when he can't use the Timber Chain, he moves around really slowly. And okay, he doesn't actually have it yet. I thought we had an Orchid Malevolence on the Clinks, but we don't. That's just an Oblivion Staff. But that's really good. Like any silence is really good against Timbersaw, because again, he's just not a right click at all. He can't do anything with his right click. So you know, not having any spells really hurts him.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Razor gonna pay for his life with that. His teammates are overextending a little bit. And that's just kind of the story of the game right now. They're getting further and further behind because of this Clinks being very effective at split pushing and being very good. And just, you know, them kind of taking engagements where they're just 2 against 4 or 5. And that's just not something they can win. And there we see again, good example of a really, really good fight, the really good farming abilities of Timbersaw. So he should definitely be looking to farm a little more. Loving to take down this, yes, very good.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
What? That was just straight bad micro from him there. I don't really know what he was doing. Good reaction there, getting a double kill there. Pretty good. The Disruptor took the... Okay, that's really odd. Would have thought the Clinks took it. Yeah, he kind of recovered from his really weird ability usage in the beginning of the engagement there. But yeah, I don't know, man. So that was obviously a huge win there for them, even though the enemy got Roshan and they did lose a few heroes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They still did a team
Radiant
wipe, which is,
structures
you
are
know,
fortified.
anytime you can wipe the enemy team, go ahead and do it. It's really good. So yeah. So now our Timbersaw has a bit of sustained damage in the 50 burn a second from Radiance, except he's not actually, he's pretty decent, he's actually really tanky, but he could be more tanky. And you know, it's not helping his burst damage
Radiant's middle
output all
tower
that much.
has fallen.
Yeah. So yeah, he's probably just shopping around thinking of what item to get right now. Kinda dirtling around right now. Should definitely be farming.
Illusion.
Okay, that's gonna be a halberd. I don't like this. Yeah, I think it should most certainly be a Shivas at this point. Just cause, you know, the halberd, you know, okay, you're getting evasion, you're getting a bit of HP, or you are getting some right click damage, of course, and a sort of mediocre orb effect. But it's for the money, I don't really like it. And the disarm, I mean, it's good against Clinks, but you know, so is the Shiva's Guard, and so would a gem be. So it's kind of a weird item to get on Timbersaw. This is a very stylized way to play Timbersaw. And now he's just going around with one other guy while there's two guys mid. And if the enemies catches this, they could just kind of take those guys mid on. It's really weird. Yeah, Alchemist just gonna die there. Razor just gonna die there. 2 cores for nothing. Maybe the Ancient Apparition is gonna get someone. No, maybe not. Timbersaw gonna turtle around here a lot, and now he's pretty dead. Does the right thing, use the Bloodstones, commit suicide. So, you know, why find you in that position at all? This is actually still really close in case the kills. Like, when you're 10 kills behind, you're probably not ahead. Like, let's see. Yeah, the Radiant's ahead on XP, and the Dire is a bit ahead on gold. And this is very little. Almost non-existent. So, this is really close. Like, this is seriously close. And just one of your cores, and arguably, like, the core you have that's done the best. 16 and 7. Don't just dirtle into them. Like, just 5 man up. You've got your boost of travel. You can go home if necessary. Nice AA ult.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Nice. Good kill there on the... So, pretty well done there. You did lose the tower though. It's pretty even. Like, the tower is really important, but 2 cores killed. It's really good as well, so good job on the defense there. And pretty much gonna get 2 kills here. No problem, because these guys are not doing shit. Weird camera movement there. And Timbersaw or Chakram just gonna destroy. If it's the survivability you want, I think definitely go for Heart of Tarrasque instead. Like that, the Heart of Tarrasque is just so mean on Timbersaw, because he just has, because of the reactive armor, you're pretty much guaranteed to get up to full stacks of that, and then you're gonna have stupid amount of HP, stupid amount of regen, stupid amount of armor. So it's, you know, it's really hard to grind him down then.
Radiant's middle tower has
So yeah, they're
fallen.
just gonna push in with 3 players here, because they have 4 killed, so obviously that's good. If the enemy is a bit more aware of you know, the AoE potential in AA and Timbersaw, they could have avoided just losing everyone at their top. So still a pretty precarious situation, I think. Abyssal on the Alchemist now. He's gonna counter initiate, definitely something you can do, putting pressure on the Shadow Shaman there, obviously good. And the enemies are just gonna basically get wiped. And this is gonna ensure Rex pretty much No need to dive here. Not at all.
Dire's bottom tower
Though
is
of course
under
it can.
attack. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
So things are going pretty well. Of course, it's still
Dire's bottom
reasonably,
tower is under attack.
what's it called? Reasonably close, I think. So I think this is probably the end.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. Things going the Dire's way, of
Radiant's
course,
middle
really
tower
nicely.
is under attack.
Usually what happens when you're getting wrecks.
Dire's bottom tower is under Radiant's middle
And by all
tower
means,
has
Timbersaw
fallen.
played pretty well here. I just think there's some item choices and some general actions that could have been done a lot better. Like the choice of when to farm, when not to farm. And I honestly think that that Radiance had been a Shiva's Guard and been used, probably it would have been over so much sooner. But
Radiant's Ancient is under attack.
a bit of spawn camping now. Yeah, so that's not super interesting. We're just gonna... Yeah, it's over in just a few minutes.
Radiant's Ancient is under Dire's top tower is under attack.
So, my name is Cerubellum. This has been a replay review of Venatus75's Timbersaw, and have a bit of smack talking here.
Dire's top tower is
If
under
you would like
attack.
us here at Academy of the Ancients to analyze your replays, please send it to academyoftheancient@gmail.com. So yeah, I butchered that, but it will be in the description for this video.
Dire's top tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
hope you've enjoyed this. Subscribe if you do like it, and
Dire's
I'm
top
out.
tower has